Sewanee Senior Track and Field Captain Zach Abels. Zach, thank you for coming today. What events do you compete in for the Tigers?
I compete in the 4, the 200, and the 4x4 relay.
Okay. How'd you get into track and field?
So when I originally came to Sewanee as a freshman, I was a transfer student from a larger state university in Virginia, and my original intent was to try to be a walk-on the basketball team, and I had a very fortunate opportunity to play for Coach Pearson and Coach Smith, and wonderful experience. But at the time, I was majoring in biology and a minor in Spanish, and there were some other players on the team who had done a little bit more in the past, and so I had to step away. And but competition has been a very important part of my experience and being a part of a team at Sewanee. And so I had the fortunate opportunity to cross paths with Coach Heights, and we discussed the potential of becoming a member of the team. And I was very blessed to have the opportunity to switch sports, and here I am.
You started out running more mid-distance. Now you run more sprints. How are you liking that?
Yes, so in high school I was a cross-country runner, and when I originally joined the team, I talked to Coach Heights about how I would transition myself and my body back from kind of the basketball conditioning and the basketball mode into the track and field mode. And at first, practices were challenging, and I had to do a little bit more with the distance guys, and certainly a challenge as well. But now this year, coming back, I'm working as with the sprinters, and I just think the way that I've built my body up and the shorter distances are just a lot more up my path in terms of I just think I benefit a lot more, and I can give a lot more to the team running these shorter distances.
What are some individual goals you have, and maybe some team goals that you and the other captains and seniors and Coach Tyson Rader, some of our coaches have talked about?
Sure. Well, in terms of my individual goals, I know my first year running, I didn't run last year because I was abroad. Now a double major in Spanish and biology, so I went abroad to do some things with my Spanish major. But I know my first year running, I really had a goal at the end of the season to be top 10 in the Open 400, and just missed out. I think I made some great strides that first season, but I really want to focus on being in the top 10 and hopefully competing in the finals for conference championships in that event, as well as the 200. Now, with that a part of my events that I compete in. And then in terms of the team, there's always the goal each year. We're a little bit of a smaller team to build up the representation of the Tigers track and field. But on the flip side, we've just been fortunate in some ways as well to be smaller, because I think that we've really gelled. I practice with the sprinters, and I think that we have fun, but we work hard as well, and it's just a very good mix of guys that want to have fun and work hard as well, and we've just meshed really well. And so I've seen that as well, though, in terms of the whole team, the distance runners and the throwers. And so I just think we're always focusing towards the conference championships, which are in April, and we're always working towards that, and each week we're just trying to get better. And I know sometimes we've run bigger schools and higher levels of competition, but each time we step out there, we're just trying to put our best foot forward.
Being an athlete is one part of being a student athlete at the University of the South. How would you sum up your Sewanee experience overall at this university?
Like you said, being a student athlete, the athlete portion has obviously been, I've just been very blessed to go from a situation where I was not competing, being a free sport athlete in high school, back to a situation where I have been able to have this outlet. And so that has obviously been, as you mentioned, a very important part of my experience. But overall, I went to a boarding school in high school where it was a very intricate community, and everyone, there was just very special relationships between coaches and professors and students, and I've been able to retain the same kind of relationships here and coming to Sewanee. And on top of that, I just think, when you come to the mountain, it's a very unique place, and not a lot of people know about it, especially for someone like me. I'm from the north, 10 hours away. But when you come, everything from the traditions like the cross and the quad to the competitive level I think we bring to the D3 atmosphere, as well as the academic rigor. I think Sewanee is a very special place, and anybody such as myself who's been fortunate enough to come here it's just truly a blessing.
What are your plans after graduation?
As a bio major and a Spanish major, I declared the double major, pushed my minor to a major for the Spanish part last fall, and it's put up a little fork in the road. But originally I had plans to go and study athletic training and hopefully pursue a career as an athletic trainer working for a professional sports team one day, hopefully. But I think I'm going to put that on hold, having been abroad in Spain last spring and pursue an opportunity to teach English in Spain for a year and devote a little bit more to that side of my studies, and then hopefully return home and continue pursuing my track to become an athletic trainer.
Awesome. Thanks again, Zach, for doing this, and good luck this year.
Thanks very much.